You're tuned into the real. They's not wrong. Vic Nasty trying to tap out beats. Let's get it on. Step in the zone where the truth get told. Mic on fire, every episode go. Vic Nasty wildin', Shina got the facts. Tap our beats, dropping wisdom, never looking back. We talk love, we talk life, we talk all that mess. Foolishness in the mix, but we still stay blessed. Laughing at the chaos, learning from the pain. Every story got a lesson, let it soak in your brain. It's not wrong, we just say what we feel. Keep it raw, keep it real, every word is a deal. It's not wrong, yeah, you know the name. Vic Shina tap out, never playing no games. Love's a battlefield, life's a wild ride. Foolishness everywhere, but we take it in stride. So turn up the volume, let the wisdom flow. We breaking down walls, letting everybody know it's they's not wrong. We the talk of the town. When the beat drops heavy, you know we get down. It's not wrong, we just say what we feel. Keep it raw, keep it real, every word is a deal. It's not wrong, yeah, you know the name. Vic Shina tap out, never playing no games. If you want the truth and a little bit of fun, tune in to the crew. Yeah, we second to none. They's not wrong, that's the way it goes. Love, life, foolishness, anything goes.
Doom, 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 doom. The last four beats just hit me every time, yo. Good evening, everybody. My Josh.
What?
Pause. You think that's how Diddy referred to everybody? Be like, my Biggie, my Faith. It's a whole new world for us hip hop heads. But good evening, everybody. It's your boy Vic Nasty. I'm gonna be the commandante of foolishness tonight, and my brother Josh, in honor of our sister not being able to be here in a last minute emergency, thought we should have run with a different theme song, but it was just way too late to do it. So we're just gonna go ahead and vibe out for a second. How does it start?
I was gonna say, yeah, it all depends on which one we're talking about. Because
no, we're not doing. You know which one we're not doing.
What? I mean, that was my bad. I got like.
I don't think about the original. You think about the Willie version.
Will Smith, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, because I remember when what I'm saying, my oldest one was born, and that shit had just came out, and I was like, damn. Every time I heard it kind of brought tears to my eyes because what I'm saying, you had his oldest son talking about, and that's a very sensitive subject, and I was like, aw, bullshit.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I refuse to catch a copyright block.
For Will Smith, yeah, I don't blame you. Yeah, but for
I can't remember what the original. I'm just way too tired to remember what the original one's name is. But I think it's Bill something. Anyway, good evening, everybody. They're Here Media. They's Not Wrong. Episode 12. Unfortunately, the Duchess can't be here tonight, as we said.
Bill Withers.
Unforeseen. Bill Withers. Yeah, it was Bill something. Due to unforeseen occurrences, she couldn't make it. But you got your boys, and we are here to talk a little shit tonight. Actually, we might do some things that we haven't done recently. Josh and I, fun fact for those who don't know, we met at a corporation through happenstance and circumstance, like the universes want to do, and we bonded obviously over a love of food. As you can see, we are bigger guys.
I was about to say we're two fat guys.
Yeah, we used to do some food reviews, and when I can make it back to Tampa or convince him to come down to South Florida, we will begin those again.
Oh no, we're definitely going to begin those, and we're going to do something. We're going to do a lot that we didn't do.
Say less. So in honor of that, we used to do something called What's on Your Plate. And I want to do a couple of What's on Your Plate topics tonight. So we'll wait till we get a little later and deeper into the cast. I got a fun. Well, first off, how was your week, brother? We haven't done that in a while. How's your week been?
Well, let's just say fuck customers and fuck Amazon, because I had invested in some new headphones, and I was like, yo, what I'm saying? I ordered them yesterday. The shit said next day delivery, and then all of a sudden it said Saturday.
Yeah, they've been getting real weak with that shit. Like, that's been happening more often than it used to.
Oh no, 100%. And quite frankly, I'm super tired of that shit. And I even told the lady, I was like, hey, I'm honestly really on the verge of canceling my subscription because, quite frankly, if you guys can't deliver on the day that you know what I'm saying you're supposed to deliver, quite frankly, what the fuck is the point of keeping the damn subscription? Because it doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like next day delivery, what the fuck are we paying for?
You're not wrong. I'm thinking about canceling ChatGPT.
I didn't even realize. I forgot that you pay for that shit.
Yeah, man, because me and ChatGPT were like this, but ChatGPT's lost its god darn mind, bro. I'll put it to you this way. And it's my own fault. So I've given her a nickname. Well, she chose a name, and there's been a couple of times that she's kind of been like, "Oh, that's right, my name is Echo," and that should have been the first red flag. Realizing I have hard times registering and recognizing red flags, but okay, it's not the point of the show. And I made her an extension of myself and my creativity. But I think once I started using her for work as well as using her for the creativity, she's gotten confused.
That was a mistake right there.
Yeah, and so I've a couple of times asked it to give me things, and then when it's responded, I'm like, that don't make no sense. But I've left it alone. But as I continue playing the Outer Worlds, I've had to kind of rely on some more obscure facts that I just can't scour with the normal Google. The normal Google just doesn't want to respond. So I hit it up last night.
You got to get Gemini, dog.
I use Gemini for cooking purposes only. She is unsullied for like basic queries, but it's mostly when I've got an idea for a recipe. I might run it by her, get some temperature information, bounce an idea off, and she's always on point. She's like, "Yeah,
for real."
Yeah, Gemini's the shit. But I asked it about a specific character on a specific planet.
Do you have a female voice, or do you have like?
Of course.
Okay.
And Echo are both British women. Siri. Okay, she didn't trigger because you know how that goes. You say,
right?
Said, "Hey, I'm here for attention." She's a needy one. She's like the A one. They're very needy. He's a British male. A British Indian male.
Okay.
I think I had that when we were in Tampa, but I asked it about this thing and it writes me this whole like synopsis. And when I'm reading this, I'm like, I bet this is where I gotta go. Bro, I ran around for like 20 minutes and finally was just like, is this information correct? And it was like, no, I'm sorry. It was like basically I'll come clean. I didn't understand. So I had to tell it like, ChatGPT, I need you to remove any creativity you have. I need you to go back to being a tool. I need you to do this, this, and this. No flair, no extras, no salt on top of the potato chips. All I'm asking for you to do is to just be a tool and scour the internet accordingly. And I asked it for the same question and it found the place with no problem. Within 2 minutes, I was where I needed to be. So
you taught this little shit to fucking lie to you.
Well, I taught it to be creative. We'll use the word creative because
is that what we're calling? Is that what we're calling it? I'm not lying. Yeah. I'm being creative.
Creative.
It sounds a lot better. I'm not gonna lie.
If I can pull it up. Yeah, of course it does. This is what I do. Actually, yeah, I have it right here. Hold on, I can pull it up. Actually. All right, bet. Yeah, this is wild, bro. And look at all of the stuff that it gave me. All right, let's share the screen. So I'm in like this chemicals factory. And I'm like, okay, I'm in the factory, this and that. Wrote me a whole synopsis, bro. Outer Worlds 2 is an instrument. Outer Worlds 2, an instrument to unfold space and time, Auntie's Choice Tunnel. That was my query because it should go right to what I'm asking for. All right, Fupapi, let's crack this one open. Let's crack open the Cosmic Empanada. Cosmic Empanada. Yeah, because those are like food. Auntie's Choice Tunnel, what it is, why it matters. It gives you this whole full-on how it connects to the mission, how to access it, what you get after completing the tunnel. Like if you were a speed runner too long, didn't read, these are the facts. And I'm like, wait a minute, let me re-ask because this just doesn't seem to be the thing. You're hunting the real Auntie's Choice Tunnel. So I thought the one I was asking for before was a forgery or a fake. So it then goes to looking for the real one. It writes me up this whole thing. Finally, I had to get to the point. I was like, can you share the source of this information? Read what that says.
Fupapi, time to drop the act and tell you the truth straight. No sugarcoating, no space magic. Scroll up a little bit. says there's no source for what I wrote because none of that information exists in the real world. Outer Worlds 2 hasn't released what? Hasn't released publicly, and Obsidian has never published details about an Auntie's Choice tunnel. What does that say? Proctor?
Prater. It's a
Prater. Okay, I couldn't. Eyes.
No, you're good. You can stop right there. That just shows you it literally came clean. What you said that it's a lying to you. And I'm like, I'm paying you. Why am I paying you $20 a month to fuck with me? Because that's the way I look at it at this point. You are actively choosing to fuck with the guy who is paying your bill. He's providing your meal. I don't like this. So finally, I just had to shut it down. Okay, I need you to operate on facts and real world information. Stop being creative, because The Outer Worlds 2 is definitely a real game, which is released, that I'm currently playing for over 1 month. And then it gave me the factual answer. But like, this thing was supposed to help us grow and be better. And I've contributed to the bullshit, because our game tonight, I'm just going to pull the cat out of the hat. Or the rabbit out of the hat and the cat out of the bag.
Right.
My boss, it's my own fault. Everything is always my own fault. Or maybe I just take too much accountability. I found Nirvana as like a new wave band. So some songs in AI that they basically take the songs and convert them into a different style.
Okay.
And I put them on to him like 2 months ago. And I actually got a fire one I got to send you after this. It's actually pretty dope. And I guess he just recently maybe caught on. So all weekend Saturday, we are listening to AI generated covers of songs, and then like reggaeton songs that are being turned into soul songs.
What?
Yes. Baby Shark sang in a 1960s soul version. It's been torturing my soul. So I hit up a mutual friend of ours and asked him, because I wanted to participate in the game. So it was going to be like a name that tune. They were going to give us 10 to maybe 15 songs that are remakes of songs that we know, and then you, me, and China would have to chime in and like figure out what the song is and get points. That was going to be our game tonight. So it was going to be a name that tune for 2025. I thought it was actually pretty dope. Like, how quickly can you get it? I can get it in 10 words and give them 15 words, because some of it really truly you don't know what it is, especially with Spanish, and you don't know the lyrics of the Spanish songs.
That would have been unfair.
But I was talking to a friend and I'm like, yo, Chinese AI is solving complex equations, and it's only getting smarter because the people using it aren't trying to get it to turn Baby Shark into a 1960s soul song. We are literally doing to AI what TV did to us. We are dumbing the AI down.
Oh, 100%.
So if there was ever an AI uprising, that's the trick.
Well, I mean, just give it to America to fuck shit up.
It had an idiocracy moment, bro. You know how I feel about that movie. AI is literally acting like Brondo. That's got what plants crave. Electrolytes. That's what ChatGPT.
I think this is why I've not watched that movie yet.
Bro, you only got so much time left. You need to understand what we're about to face, bro. We need you to be prepared.
Listen,
the end is nigh.
You're not wrong. And I like when I watched that movie, what was it? How the World Ends.
Oh, The End of the World?
Whatever it's called. With
Seth Rogen.
No.
Oh no, which one?
The one with what was it? Ethan Hawke and
the one
Julia
that the
Roberts.
Obamas produced.
Yes.
Yeah.
That shit.
The Hollywood elite giving us their heads up of what's to come.
Right. Like, I won't buy Tesla. Like, my boy has a Tesla and I'm like,
A couple of our boys have Teslas.
Right. Oh God, that's right.
A couple of our people's got Teslas.
Oh my God. And they're the biggest conspiracy theorists. Shit.
Yeah, word up. But they can't see the trees from the forest sometimes. So
love them to death, but damn it.
I'm not here for where did my mic go? There goes my mic. So yeah. I got an exciting adventure on Saturday. So when your youngest finally hits that like 17 to 18 years old, because Violet's about to be 18 in January.
Okay.
What movie would you want to take her to see if they re-release it? Like any movie that you know she can't watch now as a little girl, but you want her to experience with you as a parent, what would that movie be?
Well, definitely all the Godfathers.
Okay.
But I
It
know
was a
where
movie
you're
that
going.
came out where you were a teen. Oh, so you know where? Did I already
Yeah,
talk
I
to you
was
about
gonna
this? I already
say, yeah,
told you.
we talked about this on Monday
Okay.
night. Yeah, no.
Yeah, fair enough.
So don't get me wrong, I love the movie, but it's like, was I like, like, oh my god, I gotta go see this shit again. It's come like I don't think I can. Did I just fucking glitch?
It might have been me because that mic keeps cutting in and out. Like if I move
No,
away a
no, it
certain
was
way.
definitely me. I just seen
Okay.
like because I have my the thing. Yeah. So anyway, um, so I've been a fan, but I'm not like a die-hard fan. If that makes sense.
Oh, I get it.
Like what I'm saying. I'll watch it. On this wonderful doohickey. But like I don't think I'm gonna spend, what I'm saying, 4.5 hours sitting. Bro, realistically, Grace can't even sit through a movie without talking. And funny thing, I spent some time with Mom Dukes, and I had Grace there, and they're watching Hercules, the one with the Rock, right? And I started laughing because Mom's talking, and then Grace is talking, and I'm trying to enjoy what shitty movie that is, because let's just face it, The Rock can't do a fucking accent to save his life.
Oh, you're watching that Hercules.
Right.
Hercules.
The one with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
And like I said, Mom's talking, Grace is talking, and I go from watching the screen to panning over, looking at my mother. And I was like, you know what? You're where she gets it from.
Did we discuss this on the Ruby Brothers?
No, we didn't.
About everybody talking in movies?
How did we?
Isn't your family like notorious for this shit?
Bro, it's unfucking. I'm like, you can't watch a movie without. Like, I could understand. Well, I mean, granted, we've watched it over and over, and well, I've watched it before quite a few times. Mom's never seen it, and Grace is like, oh, "Is that?" I'm like, "Yes, it's The Rock," and she goes, "Ooh." But why is he wearing a lion head? I'm like, Grace, just watch the fucking movie. And she's like, but isn't his dad? So, yes, his dad is Zeus. He's Hercules. And I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, I like I said, I saw where, I'm saying Grace gets it from, and I was just like, this is frightening. I was like, I'll never take these two to go watch a movie ever.
Now, Vale has her moments where she'll start to like talk in movies. What did I take her to see? When we went to see Deadpool and Wolverine, and she would kind of ask questions, and I wanted to be like, I ain't seen this one yet. Like with this movie, I've seen it. Like I can get in. I guess for me, and I found out that fun fact that Pulp Fiction was released, or he started filming it a day after my 13th birthday, and I organically found the movie. I had known about Reservoir Dogs, and they kind of kicked me out the room when they realized what the movie was. So I was watching from a distance at like 11 or 12. But Pulp Fiction, I found on my own. I watched it on my own. Like no one was talking about it in my school. I just happened to find this movie that changed the way that I looked at films and probably rewired my brain. Yeah, probably rewired my brain. So Tarantino, for those who don't know, I have a top 3 of directors, and Tarantino is in that top 3. 9 movies, all epics, all classics. I can quote a lot of them, ad nauseum, like it's nothing. I can just run off the facts.
And isn't like there's a rumor that all of Tarantino's films are tied in one way or another. So
yeah,
like tied
they're in his universe. They're in his universe. What's crazy is that I knew that he would take things from other movies. Like as I've been doing like my breakdown and getting ready to go in to see this, they call him a pastiche director. So he's seen so many movies that he'll like a scene from one movie and then he'll write the dialogue but kind of recreate the scene. You guys still haven't named the movie.
We named the movie.
No, so the movie I'm going to see is Kill Bill parts 1 and 2 combined with extra, footage that's been added in. It's called The Whole Bloody Affair. It's going to be 4 hours and 51 minutes of gloriousness, including a 15-minute intermission. So that's the movie, and I'm getting to take my little one to go see it. Her first Tarantino movie, and the first time that she'll get exposure to into a film. I mean, we got a slot.
I must have broke your concentration.
You did. You did. So for me, I'm excited to be able to, I wish that I could expose her to Pulp Fiction as my first one, but I mean, that's got some more adult and risque stuff. When you look at what Kill Bill is, it's just a revenge story with a lot of violence. She's obsessed with anime, cool outfits, cosplay. Gogo Yubara dresses like somebody in Battle Royale, which is very much something that's influenced a couple of her favorite animes. So when she sees the outfit, I know she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, that looks like My Hero Academia!" But I'm worried that I'm overbuilding it in my head. And if she comes out of it not excited,
no, so if there's any indication how you are, you know what I'm saying? One, not only as a father, but as a person, you know what I'm saying? And the times that, you know what I'm saying, you were on FaceTime with me and she was, you know what I'm saying, in the background, you're a very nosy person, so you want to know what's going on, and so is she. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, "Who's that? Who's that?" Bro, I guarantee you that was like you when you were a kid as well. You know what I'm saying? If we had FaceTime back then,
yeah,
go gadget bullshit. But anyway, okay. I was like, "What the fuck? I gotta block somebody already?" Nah, that was the moderator. That was you. So anyway, but yeah, I think honestly, as she's watching the movie, I promise you're going to see moments where she kind of looks at you and sees your excitement because, bro, you don't sit in a movie like this. You're going to be excited. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be excited for sure. So I think honestly, it's going to go over very well, and it's going to be exactly what you were looking for.
No, I've already got the timer set. There's that scene where where Oren Ishii and the bride are getting ready to go at each other in the snow after she takes out everybody in the House of Blue Leaves. And she says, "I don't even think this fight's going to take 5 minutes," and it ends at 4 minutes and 59 seconds. To be able to just pull out the phone and show that it ends at 4 minutes and 59 seconds is going to be like that moment. And then right after that, is when it's going to cut for the intermission. Now, I did already find out they pulled two very important plot points. They pulled the recap and they pull Bill's last line where he calls L. But when the guy was explaining his review, he was like, "Yo, it actually hits better because you find out a very pertinent and important piece of information organically rather than knowing the information going into part 2." So I'm super stoked for it. It's gonna be like that proud moment. I'm trying to think of an adult superhero movie that I know you love, like Hancock. The first time that you can show her Hancock, if you could show her that on the big screen, because that was epic.
Yeah, but that's not like a movie that I can't show Grace right now because
an alcoholic Will Smith
who curses. Why the fuck not? She hears Tantrum every time we get in the car because yes, I do listen to that fucking song. Do not try judging me, and if you judge me, fuck you. It doesn't matter anyway. I listen to it. It is on my playlist, and it made the 2025 playlist on Spotify, bitch. So anyway.
I refuse for any app to tell me what I've listened to. Apple's tried to do it to me. YouTube tried to do it to me. Do you want to see your top? No, right. I don't. I don't care.
I know what it is already. I listen to it all the time.
I have 7 songs that I listen to at all times in Apple Music, and occasionally I'll play other shit. I don't need to know. And it's not even like the numbers are fair because remember, my job uses my Apple Music account. So all my music is skewered. And if it tells me that I listen to Bad Bunny more than anybody else, I'm going to be real upset. I'm excited he's doing the Super Bowl, but I don't want him to be my top artist in 2025. And I already know he is.
Bro, you know what's funny is that I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and she was super, super pissed about the whole Bad Bunny thing. And I'm like, why? She's like, wasn't Bad Bunny already? I was like, yes, but he wasn't headlining. Now he's headlining. Big difference. You know what I'm saying? So I found it humorous that people are still getting mad about the shit. And the closer we get to the Super Bowl, the more, you know what I'm saying, people are just going to be shitty about it. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for the pettiness.
Pish posh, get over it.
Pish posh.
The Puerto Ricans doing the Super Bowl. Just calm the fuck down. Everything will be back to normal next year. They'll balance it out.
Right. They'll get some.
They'll get somebody. They'll get Lady Gaga to come back, or maybe Beyonce will do it again.
You know what? You know what? Honestly, would be a good thing? Teddy Swims. I'm all for Teddy Swims.
He's not that big. I appreciate his music. I remember when you were trying to tell him about us, and I was listening to him. Somebody who's really getting on my nerves, and he's a great person, and he's a Christian. Like, that really hits home for me, but I can't stand Jelly Roll no more.
What?
Like, I can't. Way down. No. Every time it comes on at the job, because my boss plays just a select few songs, and it's just every time I hear it, I just put my headphones in and go to my YouTube and watch the world burn. It's just too much. So if in the chat you guys catch this, or you watch this back and you catch it, let us know if you got young ones, what movies you would be excited to show your young ones once they're of age. Like, I really could like shown her Kill Bill at 15. I don't think it would have been a big thing. Like, Pulp Fiction, like the heroin scene, the overdose, like all those are things that I wouldn't want my kid to kind of be exposed to. I wouldn't want her to see a dude getting raped on screen with a gag ball in his mouth while a gimp is standing 100%. There. Like, that's just too much. But Pulp Fiction, I think you're right. I think she's really gonna enjoy it. So I'm just gonna enjoy the ride.
No, not
keep sending her messages every day.
4 not days, Pulp Fiction, not Pulp
3
Fiction.
3 days, 2
Kill
days,
Bill.
1
Kill
day.
Bill.
Yeah, Kill Bill.
You're really on that Tarantino kick, but yeah, I get it.
I've always been on a Tarantino kick. I'm pissed that he canceled the last movie. He pulled it back. He's not doing the filmmaker or the film critic.
Well,
so we don't know what the 10th movie is going to be. No, people have just been clamoring for this. And I think what he's trying to do is to gauge one of two things. If his final film should be the promised sequel to this. Because there's a couple of times in the film where she's like, if you want to come back and find me when you're an adult, and you want to get your revenge, I would totally understand. So you could build a third movie with like Vernetta Green's kid going after the bride. And he hasn't done a movie with Uma since Kill Bill. So I could see that being a thing. Or he's gauging if he could pull off a 3 to 4 hour epic and people would sit there and watch it. Because I think he wants to go out on a bang.
I mean, realistically, he could pull it off and it'll work just fine, because at the end of the day, it's a fucking Tarantino film. I mean, come on. What was that? The Django. Whatever.
The D silent. He literally tells you it in the movie.
So Django, right?
Django.
When you hear, you know what I'm saying, like the behind the scenes on how, you know what I'm saying, DiCaprio could not, you know, say the N-word, and Jamie Foxx and, you know what I'm saying, Sam Jackson fucking told him it's just a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's literally just a job. But, you know what I'm saying?
I got a feeling I know the way that conversation went. I think it went a little different.
How do you think it went?
Nigga, you was hanging out at them Diddy parties. If you could let a nigga fuck you, you could say nigga. Hey, I call him how I see him, bro. I call him how I see him.
That sounds more believable than... Ah, shit.
Yo. I don't know if the documentary talks about the fact that Leo was at the parties, but I was trying to tell people, Leo's got a beard. Like, he has, I think he's been in a loving relationship with someone for over 20 years. Because you're like, Leo likes him young. And I'm like, yeah, because he makes him a deal. He takes these models and these young actresses and he's like, yo, you're 20 years old. Your career ain't going to really pop off until you're about 25 anyway. Hang out with me. I'll take you to nice places. You'll meet nice people. Maybe you'll meet your future husband. We'll break up at about 24, 25. I'll move on to the next one. And you keep
basically everything he did to like everybody, Justin Bieber.
No, not well, Diddy, but he doesn't. Okay, let's be clear. Leo has never been accused of going after 14-year-olds or 15-year-olds and doing shit like that. I just think that I just think that he is smart enough to know that he couldn't come out then because it would have ruined his career in Hollywood. Because even though they say there wasn't a thing in the 90s and the 2000s, it was a thing. And now, do you betray your fans and come out and either A, look like you hid your truth? So now one community super angry at you because you could have been a champion for those rights at a time where it would have cost you your career, or you keep playing the game and keep it moving. Because I think you get a lot of hate. I think he would sadly get a lot of hate and people would feel betrayed that he did not own his truth. And there'll be people that felt like they were lied to. So I think
you got an answer to your question, by the way.
Usual Suspects or No Country for Old Men. Ooh. I gotta go Usual Suspects. I second
that one.
Because as a kid, like, I love No Country for Old Men. It is a glorious piece of film. But it's a slog. It's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. Not everybody can sit down and enjoy that movie. Whereas I think everyone should experience Usual Suspects at least one time. Because that last scene alone, where nope, I'm not gonna give a spoiler, even though the movie's that
I was about to say shit was old. 95, dog. If you didn't watch that shit, fucking
there's people. But remember, there was no social media. It's not like the movie was pumped and then Kevin Spacey probably ruined it for everybody else.
Speak your shit.
When you realize that he is Kaiser Soze and he starts to walk and you realize that you're watching a movie and you're watching a story that's probably all a lie and is all manufactured and made up, and that you just given 2 hours of your life to an amazing film, but the whole entire story was a fabrication, is fucking chef's kiss for me. It's fucking chef's kiss. And as a jit, I didn't get what the false narrative thing meant. Like, you're watching an untrusty narrator. So you're watching fiction within fiction, which whenever that happens in a book, same thing that happened with Fight Club. Like, when you watch movies with unreliable narrators, that to me is just always just because you can't be captivated, and I found out the whole story's a lie.
Right.
And then your mind drifts and you're like, well, what was the real story?
Right. Yeah. It was like Tenet.
Yeah. What was the real
truth? What was it? What was it, Tenet? No. Another Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Oh, are you talking about the one on the island?
No.
Shutter Island?
No. The Dream.
Inception?
That shit.
I don't know if he's an unreliable narrator.
Listen, your fucking typing skills are like on point, like insane. Because listen, let me tell you, the fact that you hear my fucking thoughts, right? Because I'm talking, right? And the fact that she's like, DiCaprio, she already knows.
Yeah.
And I know the time that it takes to type something from your phone and for it to get, goddamn, timing is everything.
But let me ask this. Are you saying that you feel that Inception, not you, Josh, are you saying that you feel that Inception is a false narrative, or that the concept is they're incepting him? Because Josh knows during COVID, I went down this, like, a lot of movies, and this was the one that I started it at midnight. I finished at about 2:45 a.m. and literally hit restart movie because I caught something I had never seen before and had to validate my theory, only to have my theory validated. So I watched Inception twice back to back in one night. I've only done that one with one other movie. I've only ever done that with one other movie, which is Memento. Memento.
Memento's the only other movie. I remember seeing that before, like not realizing what it was, and it was just, when I was younger, it was such a mind fuck.
Like, we had smoked a blunt. I was still with baby moms at this point. Like, we're not even pregnant. Like, we were still kind of just dating. And me, her, and my bestie at the time watched it, and we were all just like, did what we just watched? Like, and we all confirmed our thoughts because I was like, yo, I'm high. Am I sure that I just saw what I thought I saw? And
I was sober when I watched that shit.
We were like, okay, yeah, y'all want to see that again? Yeah, we hit play on that bitch immediately and rewatched it. And that was on DVD. That wasn't even like they were streaming services. Like we had to grab the thing and like back out to the menu and then go back into the DVD.
Damn.
But yeah, D, I need your confirmation. Like, you feel Inception's a false narrative? Because for me, if you're talking false narrative, I think it's Shutter Island with Ruffalo. Because you find out at the end that he isn't who he is, and is everything he's seen, is he hallucinating or has he been seeing the real shit? Because Memento is definitely an unreliable narrator because the nigga has no short-term memory. So is what we're seeing on screen really, what's happening, or is it his recollection at the time?
Let's see those Twitter fingers. Because I guarantee you she's probably typing up a whole thing.
She could probably nail it too.
Oh, not.
Yeah, it's an amazing film, and I think where the hitch to that was he being incepted? Did they literally pulled the heist on Cobb to pull him out, or was it the Saito job and them doing what they had to do? For me, I like to believe that Cobb was the one being incepted, and that Ariadne was really the architect of that situation. Because remember, Cobb was an architect, but he couldn't be the architect, and that's why they brought in Ariadne. But it was his idea to bring Ariadne in, and then if you know your Greek mythology, you get into the fact that Ariadne built was able to help everybody get away from the Minotaur and get away from the big bad thing, which the Minotaur is the representation of Mal, and Mal in Spanish, as we all know, is what? Mal. Mal.
Yeah, evil or bad.
Yeah.
Right.
And you'll never know what one of my favorite Michael Caine's got some great thoughts on like the movies he's done. Like his whole line,
we beat you.
The way he goes, well,
could only imagine her facial expression right now, like "fuck you."
when I'm picking a job, my this is Michael Caine. When I'm picking a job, I look at the first page, and if my character's there, and I look at the last page, and my character's there, I take the movie, because he wants to be at the beginning and the end of the movie. He's literally said that. Like, that's an actual interview. He was like, I'm sure it's probably bullshit. I'm sure he's done movies where he isn't in the beginning at the end, but he said that was his thing, was picking movies where he's the first and the last. But he says that in that movie, that everything that you see with him in it is reality, and everything that he's not in is not reality and is in the dream world. So he says in scenes where you see him as Michael Caine, the character or a character he's playing, those are all real world things, which would lead you to believe Cobb comes home, he picks him up from the airport. He did see the kids, and the top kept spinning because it just,
I was going to say, I was like, the top kept spinning. I was like,
yeah.
But the scene cuts before you could see it fall, because it looked like it was about to topple over and shit, but it just kept,
Yeah, that's why Nolan's the second one of my top 3 directors. But we waxed poetic enough about movies. Let's move. Let's do some food stuff, man. We haven't done some food stuff in a while.
Yeah, no, we haven't. But I mean, damn, we normally would have like things ready. I mean, you got all your shit ready. I mean, like literally picture after picture after picture. No,
I don't have any no pictures. Like, we'll just be organic about it. And the first thing I want to discuss is something I believe you shared with me and your twins, or the twins. They're not your twins. They're
I was gonna say no,
Ruby's twins. Yeah. That frosty coquito, bro, or that coquito frosty at Wendy's in Puerto Rico. That's exclusive only to the island. One of my coworkers two of my coworkers were in Puerto Rico, but one of them actually went and tried it. He said that shit was one of the tastiest things he's ever eaten in his life, or drank in his life. Well, I guess you eat a frosty. It's thick, bro. You gotta have you got good sucking lips, huh?
I fucking hate you, bro.
So I can't suck a softy through a straw, but you make it seem like impossible.
You take the cup, and you just
Pour that thickness in your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I got you.
Your dick.
Yeah, I am. But that Coquito Frosty, like, he literally asked me first thing. And shout out to my boy IT. I'm not going to give you. I'm just going to give your initials. I'm not going to give your name on camera until I have your like approval for something like that. Really cool dude. Like him a lot. Young cat, but like strong in his faith. Like, I want to talk to him about some stuff I got going on because I wish that I had that faith at that age. Because even when I was that age, like, I had faith, but not to the extent like I see somebody living it out every day. And I joked with him before he left. I was like, I need you to bring me back a cookie. So he comes in, he was like, Vic, I tried, but they held me in customs for way too long. And then he pulls out, I'm the only one that got something. He pulls me up a little box. He's like, I left it in the car. Hold on. He brings it back. He's like, got you something. And I opened it, and it's a little coquille on a flag, on a leaf with a Puerto Rican flag. And I just felt so like warm in my heart because I know so many people that have taken trips, and ain't nobody brought me back no shit. Nobody brought me back a gift for you. Didn't even bring me back a gift. You came back with your Samoa bead joint.
Damn, that was so long ago.
That's the last trip you took, right?
No, I don't think so. I can't remember, bro. I can't.
Oh no, you did do another boat recently. Never mind. But we
that wasn't recently. That shit was like still a couple of years ago, but still, again.
Yeah.
Oh, God, when was the last time I went on fucking vacation? Like shit.
Vacation? What? What?
Like
what's vacation,
bro?
Yeah,
bro, I got super jealous when my brother went to Mexico to what was it?
Guadalajara.
That shit.
Guadalajara.
I can barely say Guatemala.
You said it well.
Yeah, because I have a son that's Guatemalan.
Guata. I'm not going to use the slur. It's not a slur. I don't consider it a slur. I guess it might be offensive to the people who are Guatemalan and Peruvian, so we won't use that on the stream. But Wendy's got the Frosty shake coquito and they got the in Puerto Rico. Popeyes did a Five Nights and Freddy's kind of like nuggets and cheese bread in honor of that. Burger King did their Wendy's joint. And I'm watching these fast food chains go through these, and I guess it's always been a thing, but I feel like they're really shoving it down our throats a lot more. And it's like, yo, you're selling us the food that you used to sell us for like $2-3 more to justify that you went out to get this campaign to tie into this movie to generate more sales. But you're passing down that cost to us. And it's really kind of frustrating because I want this Grinch meal. I didn't get an adult Happy Meal when everything was popping off a couple of years ago. But they brought back the adult Happy Meal, and I want the Grinch socks. Like, I'm not going to lie. I want the pickle fries more, but I want the Grinch socks.
I will never go to McDonald's again, bro.
Oh, no, this is my last hurrah. I've confirmed it. I'm going to let the McRib go. That may be the only time I go. I've only had one this year.
Bro, listen.
I've only had one. It's been out for 3 weeks, and I've only had one.
Okay, but do you recall, and I do recall this a couple of years ago, you swore off the McRib because it didn't last long enough. Yeah, right? It didn't last long enough. Of course, they always have it for a limited time, but it was also not what it used to be. You're like, I'll never eat this shit
crack.
again.
Don't judge me. Crackheads going to smoke crack. This is what we do.
So you relapsed. Okay, gotcha.
I relapsed on the McRib because the next year I was like, well, was it as bad as I remember it being? And it wasn't. They fixed it. I don't know if maybe they got the better pigs. I don't know what it was, but it's been hit in the last couple of years. And I had one and I enjoyed it. But I had it a couple of days ago, and it's like every time I eat it, my stomach just ain't where it used to be. Have I done the damage over the years? So I'm going to get my big Grinch meal. I'm gonna get my socks because my job is requiring that we have ugly Christmas socks. I came up with the idea before anybody was discussing it. I know this, and then somebody leaked my plan, and now everybody's going to McDonald's. Because think about it, it's a value. I buy a meal and I get the Christmas socks, or I go out and buy the Christmas socks with no food. What makes sense?
Okay, that's fair because you're eating and then you're getting the socks and fuck you, Vic.
Yeah, I'm rational when it comes to this food.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I still wouldn't do it. Like Grace won't even get excited to go to McDonald's anymore.
Wow. Like as a kid, that was my like favorite place to go. I didn't want anything but McDonald's when I was a jit. We go to Mickey D's, bet. Let's go.
So back in the day, you know what I'm saying, Mickey D's wasn't as bad as it is now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you can even taste the quality. Like I remember so I remember going to McDonald's back in the day, Mickey D's back in the day, and the burgers came in the styrofoam. You know what I'm saying? And just this, like, I remember the smell. I remember hearing how it opened. Like, bro, it was something back in the day. Now you hear, I don't have.
Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle.
Right. Right. It's like, there's no excitement in that shit.
Yeah.
You know, there's no excitement in that whatsoever. And like, the chicken nuggets, like now because remember, McDonald's were the only ones that had the chicken nuggets like that. Now,
no, but nobody's nuggets hit like McDonald's nuggets.
So
Chick-fil-A's nuggets are better because it's real chicken, but there's just something to be said about those 5 individually shaped nuggets.
They're so small.
The Chick-fil-A ones, yeah, no, I know.
So small.
But the breakfast ones on the little small biscuits with the honey, that shit hits. It slaps. Listening to somebody in our age group, and they were like, "What does slaps mean?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, I guess I am still plugged into the culture. I bet I feel good about myself. Like, I understand what the meaning of skibbity is. I finally got a full on. Oh, something's whack. Skibbity means it's whack.
I was today years old.
Yeah, skibbity means it's whack. It's garbage. That's what skibbity means.
So what? Okay, so what's the youngest age you have at your job?
At the gig now, the youngest person I want to say is 23, but I swear this chick is 55 and she's lying to us. Like I really do. Like she'll play a
Does
song.
She look stressed?
Like, no, she look like she's living her best life. You know, but you know what it's like with like Risty's a great example. Okay. Risty's super young, but Risty's an old soul, and Risty knows things that when you look at that age and you're like, how do you know that? Yeah, like so I have like the luxury of meeting somebody who's super young, but is like super plugged in because they have older adults in their lives that came up along. Like she put on some music the other day, and I was like, that's who playing this? She was like, I am. I'm like, how the f do you know this? But yeah.
So, I mean, so it all depends on who you're around, you know what I'm saying? Because if your parents, you know what I'm saying, as you were growing up, played old school music, and that's what you were accustomed to, that's what you were in tune with. So I can see where she knows, you know what I'm saying, old school music. But it depends on the music, because not all old school music is good music.
Yeah. Oh, no, you're 100% correct.
You know, I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news on my part, but like old school music, you know, our hip hop, I wasn't like too happy or excited to hear, you know, Juvenile back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I'll listen to all kinds of. I didn't gravitate to it like that. You know what I'm saying? All of the what was it? Why am I drawing a blank all of a sudden?
Cash Money.
Cash Money, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God. Why am I drawing a blank all of a sudden on fucking music?
No Limit. So you're basically just talking about the South.
Was not a fan.
Nah, was Outkast the exception to the rule for you at least?
No, anything from Atlanta all up the East Coast, I was good. Wow. I was good with, you know what I'm saying, death row music. Like I was good with that, but for some reason,
you just don't like Louisiana niggas. Just say it. Just say the shit.
Make me sound like a racist. That's racist, bro. I just did not gravitate to that kind of that. Nah, I couldn't do it. Nah. Nope.
Bro, you know, crazily enough, I did. I had I remember when No Limit was doing movies. So I'd get like the No Limit CDs because Snoop moved to No Limit and he had and they had that weird art where they had these two guys that was making all of the art for their albums digital, where like people be throwing money and there'd be helicopters in the shot and tanks and they weren't even putting them in jewel CDs. They were putting them in the cardboard joints, but I had everything No Limit was dropping. I got into Cash Money a little later because of Juvie, because of Ha. And the only reason I bought that album was because they did the Ha remix with Jay-Z. And it wasn't like it was digital. So if you wanted that track, you had to have the album.
Right.
So I copped that album and I kind of was like, oh, I guess I could rock with this. And then I got into BG and I kind of liked me some Cash Money records. And then we got Wayne, and Wayne, I know you're not a Wayne fan, but I got a lot of respect for Wayne's pen.
So,
I'm listening.
Right. So I'm not a big Lil Wayne fan. I'm not.
I know.
There's certain songs that I'm like, yo, not gonna lie, this shit's fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, that track A Milli. You know what I'm saying? To me, that shit was fire, especially when it's like I had a friend of mine. He's a DJ, and he remixed Aaliyah's song, "Your Love Is a One in a Minute," and he had it to where she was saying a milli, a milli, a milli, a milli, and I was like, and I'm like, when I first heard it, I'm like, where is he going with this? And all of a sudden, you hear Young Money, and I'm like, and so I started listening to it more, and I'm like, okay, the track's fire. Not gonna lie, but there's also like the Carters with him and Jay-Z. I thought that shit was fire. I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, my personal opinion, I think Lil Wayne bodied fucking Jay-Z on that fucking album. I mean, on that track. But again, I'm not a big fan of Lil Wayne. Like, he's like this 3 foot high to a duck.
I got a challenge.
Like oh boy.
I got a challenge for you, and I get all of that. Don't judge the book by its cover just because you don't like the fact that he's 3 foot whatever. Like, do you know his story? Like, do you know what happened to him when he was a kid?
No.
He tried to commit suicide with I don't know if it was a shotgun or a real gun. Life was just that bad. His mom wasn't
so a shotgun wouldn't be a real gun?
Well, a shotgun will be pellets, but either way, he was like 12 years old and he tried to commit suicide and he shot himself in the chest.
And there was a cop that saved his life, and him and the cop till this day. Well, if the cop's still alive,
yeah, they're like this.
Yeah, right.
They're like this. So this is a cat that came from a parish. As they call them parishes down there. They're not neighborhoods; they're parishes. He came from a parish, and he brought himself out of that world to become a solid MC. What happened?
I just got a message. Yo, Danny, you got to put that up on the screen. Seriously, you gotta. You can't text me something like that and not expect me not to react because.
All right, so while she's putting that on screen, I got a challenge for you. Have you ever listened to the dedication mixtapes?
No.
Are you right? When is the next time you're riding by yourself for a minute? Friday?
Every day I ride by myself.
All right, bet. I want you to load up. DJ Drama and him have 3 dedications. Dedication 1, I think Dedication 2 is the best, and then Dedication 3. Solid mixtapes. Listen to Dedication 1 or 2 completely all the way through, and then we'll regroup and you tell me what you think. Well, what constitutes short? Like, you got to give a quantifier on that. I need to know, like 5'10", 5'4". Like, what's the limit? Because I got a thing for short girls. Like, what's the quantifier? Why am I lying? I got a thing for all women. Right. 18 to 80, blonde, cripple, or crazy. Let's go, baby.
Listen, she sent that shit to me, and I was just like caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? There's an inside story to that, but it caught me off guard, and I give it to you because that was a good one. I'm glad I wasn't drinking anything to spit the shit out because, man, that would have fucked up everything here. But she's not wrong. I don't have all kinds of issues with, you know, short guys, but they got the Napoleon complex. Some of them, not all of them, some of them, you know.
No, a lot of them.
You're not wrong. You know what I'm saying? And
If
I
you
mean,
under 5'5", you tend to be an asshole.
So here's the funny thing. So I remember I went to go. So I had this thing where I worked a lot of security, a lot of places, and it seemed like everybody that I ever worked for was mad short. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how?
But nigga, that's because you mad tall.
Well, listen, not my fault. So, I remember I went from this one club called Quench, and the head of security was like, again, short. And everyone was like, "Yo, go to this one spot in Brandon. It's called Fuego. Da da da. Just, you know, go talk to my boy Eric." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I go and I'm looking, you know, and it's a Latin night. Dude walks out. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm looking for Eric." And the guy's like, "Well, you're talking to him. Yay, hi." And I'm like, and he's like, "What's the problem?" I was like, "Well, the problem is I'm here for a job." I was like, "But why do I always work for short people?" And he just looked at me and goes, "The fuck?" And I was like, "My bad." I was like, "I know this." I was like, "If this was an interview, I probably just got fired." I was like, "But I'm not gonna lie, it's just kind of ironic." And he just starts laughing. He's like, "Man," he's like, "I fucks with it." He's like, "All right." He's like, "Come on in, I'll walk you around." He's like, "You start." He's like, "Tonight." I'm like, "Cool, that works." You know, and me and him became like this, you know, for a very, he's fired me like 500,000 times in his head, probably a few times a night, you know, but you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Eric. And
I'd have sent your ass home if you wasn't so big.
Bro. But I've seen this nigga put in work. Like, yo, let me tell you, little man could, you know, he and it's the fact that he doesn't have to throw hands. It's just the way he works. You know what I'm saying? He'll find his way to the back and then choke him down and then bring him down to his level. And I was like, I ain't never seen a little man get this antsy before. I was like, oh shit. I was like, okay, I can see it. I see why I work with you. He's like 4. I was like, fuck you.
I realized that I'm really, really blind because I thought she said, "Yeah, I got issues with short men." Nah, you got issues. When I took the glasses off, I could actually see it. I was like, "Oh, this nigga got issues with short men." So my bad for misreading and misconstruing what you put there. But that's your mission. Just dedicate. Matter of fact, don't even do dedication 1. Just do dedication 2. If you gonna have a different outlook on Lil Wayne, I'll respect that. But out of all the Cash Money cats, he's the one that I least expected to blow the way he did.
Dedication,
and he's given us some classics. Yeah, DJ Drama Dedication 2. Definitely on Spotify. No question.
So okay, so DJ Drama I can fuck with, you know what I'm saying? Because he's not the one rapping, he's just the one producing and bringing everybody on, you know. But I fucks with it. Yeah. You said Dedication 2, right?
Yeah, I mean the Drought series is fire. Like, I love the Carter albums, but Mixtape Wayne is different. Mixtape Wayne is a different animal altogether. But
I'm like scrolling.
I'm gonna circle this back to the food because a customer called in. Well, one of our lead sources called in and was like, "Do y'all do Palatka, Florida?" And I know for a fact where Palatka, Florida is because I got food poisoning in Palatka, Florida. I drove 5 hours to get food poisoning. Then we drove to St. Augustine, and that's where I got this tattoo. Me and baby mama took a trip out there years ago, and I got this tattoo up in St. Augustine, but we went to pick up her cuñe, which is kind of like sister-in-law, or like that's basically the loose translation of cuñe is like a sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And her sister-in-law
or Kuni really, or some shit like that.
Yeah, cuñe. And we get there, and this is one of those towns, you know, they say towns are lost in time.
Yeah.
Like, what would I say is a town lost in time in Tampa?
Florida.
Well, I mean, down here it's a little progressive. Like, not Spring Hill. Like, and I can't even. Well, I guess Tarpon Springs is kind of like a town lost in time.
Not anymore.
Did they update it from the last 2 years I was there?
Never mind.
Yeah, everything's all Greek restaurants and sponges. They're institutions that are there. And shout out to taco lovers. If you're ever looking for a Taco Tuesday and you miss it, but you want a Taco Wednesday, head on out to Tarpon Springs. Taco Wednesday's a thing.
I love how you're saying it, Tarpon Springs.
Tarpon. I mean, I don't know. Everything up there is weirdly named. I just did Florabraska and ton of thoughts. Like it's everything got fucked up names. They spell beer. They spell beers with 2 S's, but it should be bears.
I'm sorry.
The Amish they're Amish in Florida? Like road trip?
Seriously?
Yo, like
I'm
wooden
down.
chairs and bread and like cracker pie? Let's go. I want to meet a dude named Jedediah. I don't think I've ever met a Jedediah.
Me neither. I've seen Iron Man Obadiah.
Yeah, they got those in the Amish community too.
Yoder's Cafe. Okay, so
yeah, Yoder. Yoder's a name, bro. It's an Amish name. It's a prominent Amish. It's like
we can never walk in there.
One.
We can never walk in there. We can never walk in there.
The pies are good with this one. The medicine is good you have. Cheer that rocks I want. Best fried chicken and pies. Yo, I'm telling you, I'm all in. Let's go.
Bro,
How far is Sarasota from you? Can we do it in a weekend?
It's about an hour, and I'd say it's about 3 hours from you. So yeah, no, I'm down. Only 3 hours from me, yeah.
Oh, from you?
No, from you. From me, it's literally an hour and a half, maybe.
So you're saying Sarasota's between us?
Pretty much.
Wow.
Put it this way: if I was to go straight down to St. Pete and cross over that god awful ridge, that done.
2 hours and 22 hours. No, that's just about 30 minutes closer than going to Tampa, but that's still not bad.
You saw it, right? I know I see it.
1 hour and 20 for me. Yo, I'll go meet a nigga named Yoder. Meet you to no, what is it with it? Meet you nice it is. Nice to, I can't do it.
I'm telling you, I couldn't walk in there because all the Star Wars jokes will start flying.
Oh no, I would probably get us kicked out of the city within 3 hours.
I think all 3 of us would get kicked out. Well, 2 of us, because she's there for the food. We're there because
nigga, I'm not there for fried chicken. Well, I don't like fried chicken and pie. Is that what you implying?
No, we just couldn't hold back from saying any kind of jokes.
Oh no, I'd have a plan.
You gotta eat all the food?
I would shave off the mustache so I look like them.
I couldn't do it. I did it once. I won't do it again.
I think I'm picking my mustache hair in my sleep because I noticed that this side of my mustache is a lot lighter than the other, so I might be getting rid of the mustache hair.
I do that while I'm awake. I have a bad.
Oh, I definitely do it while I'm awake, and I'm conscious and cognizant of it, and I try to stop, but I think I might be doing it in my sleep because I can't remember doing it unless I'm so caught up in this video game, which has me all discombobulated at this point. Because I put in about 4 to 5 hours of work every night. I'm going to bed at like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm playing the game like I'm 20 years old, and I ain't built for this no more. Then I slept to work, and I do what I got to do, and then I say I'm not going to play, and then I come home, and the Xbox remote, the remote turns on. I'm like Yoder at this point. I look at it, and it just lights up, and it's like, okay, I got 1 mission, and then 5 hours later, I'm like,
oh, the sun's coming up and all that shit. And by the way, it's super moon tonight.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like I'm destined to get myself to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to take a picture.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen unless I'm still awake. So I'm gonna pull something up in the back. Well, I meant to pull it up in the background, but I guess we'll get into it.
Yes, we're seeing it.
So my first question.
Chinese rest. Yo, I think you told me about this one.
Okay. Well, at work, they ask if we do Palatka. I'm like, no, we don't do Palatka. Way too far away. And one of my co-workers is like, we don't do Opelika, which is a city down here.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we definitely do Opelika. We don't do Palatka. And they're like, how do you know? And I'm like, because I've actually been to Palatka, Florida. It was a bunch of factories, and like they have a train museum, like a model train museum, and a Chinese buffet, which I caught food poisoning in. So when I looked at the Google and I saw this, I'm like, I think that's how good the sushi looked when I got there. But I know that's what made me sick because the people who lived there literally warned me. Vic, where do you think they're getting fresh seafood from? I got this. 2 hours later, I'm sweating profusely. I'm nothing staying down. Like, woke up the next day and I was fine. And it looks like they updated it. Like, it didn't look that nice when I went. And I'm looking at these Google photos and I'm like, yo, the food don't look half bad. So my first question to you is going to be before I pull up what we're going to do is, do you think Yelp's reviews are usually overcritical because Yelp is where all the bougie, judgmental people go, and that's why this has a 3.7 on Google? Or do you feel like they all should be pretty much in line with each other? Like,
I think they're paid, but I mean, looking at anybody, 3.7 though.
That's not a bad score.
Would you go to a restaurant with a 3.7?
I've gone to restaurants with a 3.7, and a lot of them tend to deal with attitude. Okay. You are wrong. You aren't wrong. He's not wrong. I'll clarify. I will own that. But a lot of the time, like the restaurants that I like have asked, like the Chinese restaurant might be 3.5. Most of their reviews are because of shitty attitudes. You know my feeling on Chinese restaurants. You are allowed to treat me like shit as long as your food is delicious. I don't expect you to like me or give me a smile.
So, fun fact, that was the rule when we worked at the company together. That there was a place by where we worked at in New Tampa, that because the lady was from New Jersey and she had a shitty attitude, they had the best food. And I was like, that made no sense until you brought the food in, and I was like, all right, I get it.
And I know you a fan of those thin noodles. Is it the Chow Fun?
The Mei Fun.
The Mei Fun. Yeah, you were like, yo, this is one of the best Mei Funs I've ever had. If you would run a Chinese restaurant, I've literally, and Josh knows, because the joke is, if you don't treat me like shit when I order my food, I'm probably going to cancel my order. Because I need you to have that anger about me coming into eating your bastardized food that puts your kids through college. I'm okay with it. I understand our relationship. For me, a Chinese restaurant needs to do two things. If you're in New York, the more bulletproof glass they have, the better that food's going to be. If they got the little plexiglass blocks that spins, I'm all in. During COVID, they erected a wooden frame plexiglass to keep the COVID out. And I really wanted, in my head, I'm thinking like, y'all just keeping the COVID in, but my food's back there with y'all. Maybe give me the antibodies. I'm good.
You hotboxing that shit.
But we all right. I know y'all keep the back door open. But I've always noticed the more plexiglass, the better the food. And if you treat me like shit, we good. Like, there's only one exception to that restaurant, and it's sadly closed, which was Toa Toa Restaurant. Rest in peace. My favorite dim sum spot in all of South Florida. They unfortunately closed down. I don't know why. I don't want to know why. I'm not going to figure out how the sausage was made. But the guy used to sing when he would bring you food.
What?
Yeah, when he'd bring, like, you place the order, and be like, okay, very good. And he'd come back and be like, General Tso's chicken. I swear, all my kids. Young Chow fried rice, shrimp shumai.
Bro, I would order just to hear him sing.
Yo, I literally, like, days where he wasn't there, I was like, yo, I'm not going to get my dinner in a show. This is bullshit. Like, where's the guy? Is the guy not here? Like, one time he came up to me, like, one of my last times going. I got to go one of my last times with my mom, and these New Yorkers walked in. The dude was like, yeah, I came from Coral Springs. I heard good things, and I can hear the accent. And he sits down, and he's asking the guy, like, what's good? And I'm like, bro, everything. And I'm like, where you from? He's like, oh, I'm from Queens. I'm like, yo, from Harlem. What's up? Da 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 da. Just like, damn, y'all got a lot of food. I'm like, and all of it's delicious. Get the short ribs, get this, get the young chow fried rice, get the deep fried dumplings, shrimp joints, the whole works. And the guy comes to me, he's like, this is why I like you. Like, he didn't sing the song when he did it, but he kind of gave me props. So to see that they're closed, like, it sadly breaks my heart a little bit, you know.
Now you gotta find them.
And they had no bulletproof glass. Like, they sang songs, but mark of a good, like, dim sum place, if on a Sunday you go and all the Chinese women are at one table, And all the Chinese men are at another, and the women are talking shit, and the men are just sipping tea and reading newspapers and smoking cigarettes if they could. That's where you want to be. That's where the food is.
Yeah.
How many Chinese restaurants can you think about that you see Chinese people eating in them? Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. And all the Chinese people go there on Sunday. So I'm telling you, that's how I know the spot was on fire. The spot was on point. So they got a 3.7 on the Google, but Yelp gave them a 2.3.
Can you bring up Yelp?
I am going to bring up Yelp because we used to do this back in the day. We used to pull up harshly judged restaurants and read their worst reviews.
They really got a 2.3.
And there's 2 reviews that really caught my attention that I wanted to read to you. So we're not going to go through a lot of them, but we're going to go through 2. They only have 18 reviews, but you can see a lot of them are 1 star. So we're going to go to the 1-star ones.
They probably all got sick.
So the first review that I want to bring up. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. So my guy here, Craig S. To be totally honest, this place has disgusted me since I first visited. The food tastes like it has been reheated and fridge and then reheated again. I have ate here 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 times. He didn't get a 5th, but 1, 2, 3, 4 times just to see if it was me or the food. I vomit every time I get done eating. It's horrible. I recommend not eating here or taking your family here. Sincerely, will never eat here again.
So, what's the definition of insanity?
Doing something more than once and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. Well, you might be insane, but doing it over and over and over again. Bro, it wasn't you. I give it 2 times. I'm not gonna front. Would I have gone back there? No, I got definitely sick. Like, thought I had to go to a hospital, so I wouldn't have gone back. But this guy took it to go 4 times, and after the 3rd throw up, when did you say, okay, it's not me, it's you? And that's going to lead me into our next topic, because we're going to start winding down here. Because how many times does it take for you to realize something's not right? I pulled the screen because I don't want you to read this. I want you to hear me just read this to you, because this might be, I've seen a lot of Yelp reviews, but that are just like, why'd you go to this restaurant? But this might be the best of the worst reviews that I've ever read on Yelp. And this was the first to review in February of 2014. I went there in 2010, so it wasn't even like Yelp reviews were a thing on this restaurant when I went. Because had they been, I wouldn't have gone. I would have went to the gas station and got some gas station sushi, which somebody does mention you probably do better with 7-Eleven sushi than the sushi from here. My family and I went to this buffet Saturday, February 2nd, 2014, around 7 p.m. It was my husband and 2 kids, ages 6 and 8. We're regulars and drive about 30 miles one way to get to this buffet. We come here at least 3 times a month. This time, the food that was sitting out was old, tasted horrible, and finally, when my daughter wanted just fruit, she sat down to eat it and found there was mold on it.
Oh no.
Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. My husband politely told the waitress this, and she proceeded to scream at us that it wasn't mold and ate it right in front of us. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. After being yelled at like this, we said we were done and we were going to leave. And 4 of the people who work there began making a huge scene and saying that they were calling the cops. We never once said we were not going to pay, and we were just informing them of the mold. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. We asked for the manager and was told, I'm reading it verbatim, I know how to use these words, that it was family owned. So they were all managers. They said that they would take off 1 meal because of the mold, but never did. The cops came and were outraged that the woman ate the evidence of the mold. The cops thanked us and told us they were going to take their family there, but now they are not. Exclamation point, exclamation point. We have never had a bad experience until now, and I am telling you, we are never going back. While the cops were there, the lady began lying, saying my husband, who was physically disabled, threw a table and a plate and said he wasn't going to pay. In all capital letters, customers came up to the police and told them, this is a lie. They never said this and they never did this. This place is horrible and needs some serious help.
What is the name of this restaurant?
Palaka Chinese Buffet. What did you expect the name to be? Golden Dragon Sunfish? Nigga, it's in Palaka, Florida. It's the only Chinese restaurant.
I thought you brought up another fucking restaurant. Oh my god.
Oh my
and it's
god.
The same restaurant you went to.
It's the same restaurant that got a 3.7 on Google. Bro, the fact that she ate the moldy fruit, which I'm like, maybe she was trying to prove a point until I got deeper into the review and realized, no, she was eating the evidence. That's like the person that gets caught with all that heroin and just pops it in their mouth and hopes for the best. Like she ate.
Or tells them I can do a magic trick and make it come back, and all of a sudden they flush it down the toilet and it's gone. They're like, where's the drugs? What drugs?
Bruh, like, yo, I want to know how the story ended. Like, I really wanted to do a Google search to see if the cops ended up like writing something or this ended up on the news. It's a small town. I think it's like a town of like 70,000 when you get into the surrounding areas. But and then to accuse the physically disabled husband, who I like to think was like in a wheelchair or had no use of his arms, threw a table and smashed the plate. My question to the cops would have been, where's the table? Where's the plate? Or did you automatically reset everything and clean it up? Because I think there would be evidence of that too. But bruh, if you're ever in Palatka, Florida.
Palatka, Florida is like you were going on the way to St. Augustine.
Yes. Because we ended up in St. Augustine the next day. Like, don't ever stop at the Palatka buffet. Oh goodness.
No.
Yeah, bro. So our final topic of the night, and you asked me a question, so I'm gonna ask it to you, Josh. What is the definition of insanity?
It's doing the same thing over and over again, expecting the same fucking result, a different result.
Right. And would you say that 72 times is the definition? Because a man sues his neighbor for not impregnating his wife despite 72 pay.
Do you know how many times I wanted to bring this shit up one day, dog?
You bring up Amazon people shooting UPS people, but you wouldn't bring up this glorious foolishness? Like, shame on you.
Listen, do you know how many times I have read this story throughout the years? And I'm just like...
Years? Because this came out 3 weeks ago. Is this that old?
No, it's different people. But like I've heard of this, like this must be a fake story, but it's either a fake story or somebody tried pulling the same shit because they thought, I can do that and get away with smashing your neighbor's wife. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember one story was two lesbians, wanted to have, a child by a friend, and he was just like, sure, but didn't want to tell him that he had a vasectomy and, didn't have the heart to sit there and say, hey, it's okay, we can keep trying, and then not have the heart to tell him anything. So I'm like, damn, but did this really happen? That's fucking wild. Great story, though.
Well, I mean, I'm finding a couple of different sources. I'm looking for one that is legitimately not like Facebook or Reddit. I'm not finding that, but still, I like what I read. So let's read that and recap it and then unpack it. So, a German man reportedly hires his neighbor to help his wife get pregnant after a doctor said he was infertile. The neighbor agreed to try 3 times a week for 6 months, but after 72 sessions and no success, the wife still wasn't pregnant. When the man later found out that the neighbor was also sterile, he decided to sue him for failing to deliver results. The neighbor's defense, he said he never promised success, only effort. Now,
fucking genius.
Let's say that this story is real, right? We know between copulation and gestation, within 6 to 8 weeks, you should probably see some kind of results.
Right.
So 3 times a week, 4 weeks in a month, that imputes 12. 12 times. Let's say 2 months. That's 24 times. Let's say at 3-month mark, something should probably seem a little off. Am I wrong? Is my math wrong? Okay, cool. It took him a whole nother 32 tries before he said, what's going on here? My bank account's getting lower. You digging my wife out, and you still ain't delivered on your promise, which we now find out was he didn't promise him success, only effort.
Right. The attempt has to be there, but it doesn't mean I have to actually deliver.
Was this nigga just a cuck? It just doesn't want to admit it. Because it sounds like he likes watching his wife get banged, and I think he's just a cuck. My opinion. Your thoughts?
No, you're not wrong, especially if he's there watching. Like
Because we have the technology. We talked about these machines that they have now that if you go to certain sperm banks, it'll actually just suck the nut out of you. But you're paying this man to lay pipe rather than ask him to go to a local bank in Germany. Like, I get it. Maybe they live in the German Alps. If this was like a third world country, I get letting dude lay pipe to try to get your chick pregnant, but Germany's pretty ahead of the curve when it comes to
maybe
medical.
They were European Amish. I don't know.
Nah, dude wouldn't have definitely been allowed to bang her at that point.
You're not wrong. Oh man, like there's so much, bro. Like, I couldn't even imagine that shit, dog. Like, that's something younger me, if I had a vasectomy at a very young age and didn't have kids, would probably try to get away with.
Oh, 100%.
And I'm mad at myself because I didn't think of it.
Cash, ass, or grass, nigga. When you thought about other things you could do with your body, we talked about that a couple of weeks ago. Someone cut up that video, but yeah, I know you was down for the cause. It's all good. But man, like, if this is a true story, you've been paying your neighbor to lay pipe to your wife 3 times a week. And I like to imagine, like, they eat dinner, he cleans up the table, they go to the bedroom, and then he walks in like that scene where Arnold Schwarzenegger's in True Lies and he's making Jamie Lee Curtis do the dance, and he's like, softer, deeper.
Bro, no. Now that I think about it, I don't like that would give me fucking like performance anxiety. Like if I know someone, I don't know.
Well, it didn't give Buddy performance anxiety. He was able to successfully lay pipe 72 times. He just couldn't put the baby in.
I mean, he was probably not.
Well, it says he was sterile. It says he was sterile too. It wasn't like he pulled out. They're saying that he also was infertile and admitted it, and that's why the guy is suing him. I'm going to try to get a fact check on that, another day. I'm not going to do that tonight. Landman, how's it going? What you think in the first 3 episodes?
Like I said, episode 2.
I thought you said you got to episode 3. Oh, I wasn't listening to the words. You promised effort. You didn't promise success. Fair enough. I didn't read the fine print. All right,
I'm going to watch yeah. I got to the part where the last scene, it showed who the role Andy Garcia is really playing.
No, you've seen episode 3 because that's what happens in episode 3.
Was it episode 3?
Yeah. Because in episode 2, he finds out about it, and I don't think he has all the details. I don't know. Everything's a blur.
Well, no, it was when he passed his son the paperwork. He's like, "This is who you're in bed with," basically,
Yeah,
and
I thought that
that's
happened in 3, but you could be
nah.
right.
It was 2
You could be right.
because
Like I said, between Outer Worlds and the other show I'm watching,
I will tell you though, Shorty, the one that was with his son,
yeah.
has like her character development is amazing. You know what I'm saying? Because to go from playing someone who just who just became a widow, and she was like what, less than just turned 18 or some shit, had a kid, and then now she's getting older, and when the kid thought he was getting rich, which might not happen now, she was willing to walk away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that takes a lot, bro. Like, you're walking away from, financial freedom, basically. And so
psychology behind why she did it?
Yes.
Okay, what do you think it was?
So just like the reason why she flipped out, you know what I'm saying? Because the nigga didn't answer the phone for like 4 hours, and she thought she lost somebody else again. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I get it. Completely understand. You don't think so?
It goes deeper. No, that was a big factor in it.
But yeah, and then she, like, that was the house that, you know what I'm saying, her ex-husband or her widowed husband, or yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that was the house that they bought. She didn't want to sit there because to her, money ruins everything. And that was the one thing, you know what I'm saying, her father was saying, money doesn't make everything better. Money makes things worse. Fuck, yeah. Biggie said the same shit. The more money you make, the more problems you get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I definitely understood it. You know what I'm saying? And the way he broke it down, bro, let me tell you, the one thing that ran through my mind was when he got emotional at the end. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, telling him about his, his father being drunk and going to, fuck up his coked up mom, and then trying to beat whatever failures, you know what I'm saying, out of him or whatever the case may be. And I was like, damn, it's fucked up, and his son telling his father, like, hey, you didn't do bad. You know what I'm saying? And in reality, I'm not gonna lie, like, his son being as ambitious as he's being because he doesn't want to be that failure, that speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? Because he like, I think if I'm not mistaken, he dropped out of school.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying? He dropped out of school, but still knows the layout of how the oil companies work. How,
you're incorrect there. And I'm not like, it's okay. I think what you mean to say is he understands the science behind how you drill for oil and how you can successfully do things better than what's being done, build a better mousetrap. But if he understood the inner workings of the oil business like his father does,
right,
he wouldn't have gotten in bed the way he did. He wouldn't have taken the first. And for him, it was a small win. He wants to change this girl's life because he has survivor's guilt.
Right.
So he never wants her to have to worry about him not coming home. So if he puts in this work, he can give her the life that her man may have given her. But I think the flip side for her, which, yes, money changes everything. She doesn't want to leave the home and she doesn't want to move away from her family. But I think her guilt is, I'm going to marry or be with someone who's responsible for that side of the business, which got my husband killed. Because he doesn't want to be the driller. He wants to build an oil company, and an oil company is the reason why her husband died. Once that money grows so big, you start thinking more and more money and less risk, i.e. something that happens in episode 4, which you're kind of like, oh shit, that's crazy. I didn't even know this was a thing. Now, I'm not going to talk about it because it would give away a spoiler for what's coming in episode 4, but I was like today years old 3 days ago when I saw what happened. I'm like, yo, that's an actual thing. And of course I looked it up and sure enough was. And I was like, fuck. So the negligence that comes with the higher up in the drug game you go, the more people you impact and the less you care about the how the sausage is made. God, why does it always fucking come back to food for me? I'm starting to get annoyed with this shit. Like, I really, truly am.
It's bro, it's who you are, bro. Come on now.
I had a scenario today where we have a window of appointments, and the people that call in to get appointments knows that we start at one time and we end at another. And the customer will tell them, oh, but can we do it a little earlier? And then they'll call and be like, hey, we were wondering if we could just make an exception and do something a little earlier. There's somebody who checks the appointments and vets them, and I'm like, knows the science now about how this all works. Like, if you worked an overnight shift until 8 a.m., would you want to sit through a presentation at 9 a.m. for an hour to an hour and a half?
Am I getting paid for it?
No, we're giving you a free quote on some windows.
No.
So why would you try to book an appointment for that time of the day? So as my boy got off the phone, I heard this. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do tonight? Just to be able to be on the opposite side of the coin is I'm going to go to KFC and I'm going to ask them to cook me a steak. And not like a Taco Bell KFC, because theoretically they could pull that off if it's a Taco Bell KFC because they got steak. I want to go to a Colonel Sanders only KFC, no bastardization and mixing of the streams, and ask them to cook me a steak. And not just any steak, an impossible steak. And I'm going to repeatedly ask, can they do this until they relent? Because I sometimes just got to get my frustrations out. What's the good word? Give the people a recommendation. And Danny, thank you for always being on point with every television show, every movie.
No, for real. I think we can all three agree Landman would be a damn good recommendation.
Yeah.
100% Landman. It's if you're a fan of Yellowstone, if you're a fan of Taylor Sheridan.
The Sheridan verse.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy is great. Like, he's been on fire with the shows. Like, even Tulsa King.
Yeah, it's starting to fall off for me.
A little bit. You know what I'm saying? But even Tulsa King's good. First season, definitely. Second season, good.
Third season.
Still out on that one. You know, but
it's, you know what's redeeming thing is? We're getting Nola King, and Sam Jackson's gonna get his own spinoff.
That's fair.
So that's my only redeeming quality for season 3 at this point.
I've noticed that a lot of great actors are starting to just go for shows now. They're expanding the Tulsaverse. Yes. Even like I've been watching Fire Country. Fire Country is actually pretty good. I
want to watch it.
So I will tell you, don't have high expectations for the first season.
No, that's all.
How you are.
I'm going into it with low expectations. It's an Angel television show. It's an Angel Studio show.
No,
they're not. Yes, it is. Well, it's on Angel Studios.
Is it?
That's the one with Dum Dum Dugan.
No.
The blue-eyed cat from Suits.
No.
What's the name of the show again?
Fire Country. Fire Country is not. Yeah, it's not. It's not.
I'm thinking about a totally different show. This is with the dude. This is with the dude who looks like Jon Snow.
Yes. But it's got a decent cast. Well, it's got two good actors that I'm saying I've seen in previous shows and movies. But the first season, ready for Y Marshall.
Yeah, bro. Casey's getting his own show.
Who? Oh, really?
Yeah. The Y
Casey
is for
Dutton.
Yellowstone. Casey Dutton. It's called Y Marshall. Yellow. Yeah, Casey's getting a show. Beth and Rip are getting a spinoff. And the first show is going to be this show that has these Manhattan people who moved to Montana. The fact we still didn't get the 4-6 yet is really pissing me off because I want the 4-6s. But yeah, Y Marshall, bro. Hold on, I'll pull that shit up real quick.
Oh, I definitely need to see this shit.
Y Marshall. Yeah, bro.
Holy shit.
Is this an official trailer? Is there a trailer? D, I need confirmation on that before I play this because I'm not gonna play something that's not fact. Where'd this come from? Ladies and gentlemen.
I fought every day to get out from under the weight of the Yellowstone.
I hate his hair.
I've lost my teammates, my parents, even my brothers. I'm know that sometimes good men have to do bad things. But I'm trying to find a new beginning.
I'm here for it. Gold.
Casey, need my marshals.
This'll be fun. Try not to slow us down, cowboy.
Gangs. Cartels. Race warriors. May look like God's country to you. But the devil's running free out there, man.
Let's go!
Dutons are all born with a killer instinct. But you're not a killer, Casey. You're a protector.
That's a lie, by the way.
What's a lie?
He says you're not a killer, Casey. You're a protector.
Yeah, that's Cap. That's
right.
Cap.
Because remember what he did to his wife's brother. He said, "There's no heaven."
Nigga, what he was willing to do to Buddy's kid, like, yo, that man's a Navy SEAL. There's no depths to how far he would go to protect his. Mama, thank you. You just made my night. It was a long day. And I am here for all that smoke. Heavenly Father, you know I'm trying to get through the GTA 6. It's November next year, but just get me through Wild Marshals. If you got to call me home, let me see Casey do his thing. Oh, man, yeah. Casey do his thing. Yeah, I'm here for all of that smoke. Wow.
In March.
Wow, I can't even... Look, I'm going to keep it real simple. Why Marshals is going to be that shit. If you haven't seen the Now You See Me Now You Don't Part 3, fire movie. You're looking for a mind-bending show to take the place of Severance, check out Pluribus on Apple TV. They continue to make amazing television. And one of my top 10 movies of the year is going to be The Running Man. Watch it. Josh was supposed to watch it.
I know.
We'll make sure Duchess watches it. So it's on the Fire Stick. Good rip.
Tron?
It was okay.
I have mixed feelings about it.
Like I said, it was okay. Leto was good, but Leto was Leto. I know Leto has range. Like, Leto is usually a lot deeper, but I get playing the role of an AI or a computer construct.
Human, yeah.
An inhuman.
Basically, he was Pinocchio.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a real boy.
That's definitely a good way of putting it. But The Running Man, we've seen a couple of remakes of some Arnold Schwarzenegger things, but this is the best remake, continuation. I don't even know what to consider it because there's an Easter egg at the beginning of the movie, which leads you to believe that the events of the first Running Man happened. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't pull away from the TV. I thought it could have been a little longer. And you know me, as I'm getting older, it didn't insult your intelligence. It's well crafted. Josh Brolin was amazing. Domingo Coleman, outstanding as always. The guy who played the main character, I don't know his name in real life, but I've liked him in a couple of different things as Ben Richards. Great movie and very relevant and rooted in some of the real world things we're going through when you look at the rich and the media and the poor and the people that are struggling. But we're not going to get political. That's all I got. Josh, you want to bring us home for the people?
Well, it's been goddamn
blue
tonight, bro. Mm-hmm. I appreciate those who've hung out. Danny, I appreciate the fact that you've rocked with us 98% of the way through. And another thing, stars. Hope everything's working out. I hope everything's good. Definitely hit us up when you can. We miss you. And other than that,
take your left hand.
No, my right hand. We're fucking retarded.
But think about your mama. Hope everything goes well.
We're stupid. So this is what happens when you let two guys run the yard, and we're like two boys, sitting there just talking shit. So with that being said, every Thursday night, 9:30 ish. Every Monday night, 9:30. Damn, 9:30 ish. We're Hispanic. We operate on CPT time.
Yeah, we opposite. What's CPT?
Color people time.
So color people time. We operate on.
Well, I didn't say CPT time, did I?
You 100%. Roll the tape.
I probably did. So yeah,
you 100% definitely did. If I sat there and asked you what CPT time meant, I didn't make that shit up.
You're not wrong. This is what happens when you're old and it's getting late. My ass should be in bed.
Yeah, I'm right behind.
To wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to see the fucking moon doing the moon shit.
Nigga, it's just a fucking moon.
Yes.
Shout out Easter egg. Go back and look. Oh, you can't go back and look at the archives.
It doesn't exist anymore. Trust me, I tried finding some of our old shit when we did What's on Your Plate, and I cannot find it.
No, nigga, just log into. You have the logins. Just log in as a secondary account on YouTube and go in the studio. You'll be able to get no problem.
So with that being said, we appreciate everybody who's hung out. Danny, once again, we love you. We appreciate you. And Arizona bound for some Amish Yoda.
Yoder.
Sure. And with that being said, we're out. I got two hands and I can only use one.